thoughts today. So thanks for clicking in. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Renovation Rundown. And you know, I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. I hear people say that all the time now. It's kind of an in saying the quiet part out loud. But I'm going to say the quiet part out loud, right? No one disagrees that entry-level home buyers would benefit massively from leaning into makeover transactions or renovation lending. There's affordability, it's customization, it's building equity on day one, right? Everyone agrees on the outcome. What people wince at is the mechanism. And that discomfort has created one of the biggest gaslighting moments in modern real estate. That's what we're going to talk about on today's show. Because somehow buyers have been conditioned into believing, that renovation is too risky, it's too complicated, just let someone else handle it. I think I was talking about it with my wife this morning that, maybe it's just that first-time buyers or entry-level buyers, really are afraid of the reno process. I think they're being taught to be afraid of the renovation process, right? So what's the solution they're told? Outsource the improvements or buy it after the work is done, or pay a premium for the privilege of allowing someone else to do it. There's someone else's sellers, it's flippers, it's investors. They do the renovation, they set the price. And then the buyer shows up last, paying for the after improved flip price. That's not safer. That's just more expensive. When you buy a flipped home, you're not just paying for new cabinets and updated bathrooms and fresh paint. You're paying for someone else's design choices. You're paying for someone else's profit margin. You're paying for someone else's risk premium. And you're paying for somebody else's timeline pressure. I mean, you've seen it on these HGTV shows. There's always this crazy mad dash, and it's a lot of pressure, and, there's loans coming in that they reference, and everybody's running around crazy on timeline, and they cut corners in order to get there. Okay? And worst of all, you inherit those corners that get cut as deferred maintenance disguised as finishes sometimes. Because flips aren't designed to sell, or flips are designed to sell. They're not designed to last, right? So here's the part that gets conventionally left out. Renovation lending is about control. When you buy the home at a lower price, it's control. When you finance the improvements based on the after improved value, you're in control. You choose what gets fixed. You prioritize what you consider to be health and safety and longevity issues. You avoid paying retail for somebody else's HGTV wet dream. That's not risk. That's intentional home ownership. That's what I'm teaching here. That's what I want to help you out with here. That's what I've been talking about for years. If we truly cared about affordability, we wouldn't keep telling buyers to just stretch a little bit more, just compete a little bit harder, just waive more of your protections. We'd be saying, buy the right house, improve it the right way, and finance it intelligently. Now let's be honest about this resistance. It's just laziness disguised as, we know what's best for you. It doesn't fit the 30-second TikTok narrative. First-time buyers, entry-level buyers are not being protected from renovation. They're being protected from learning how it works. And that protection is costing them big time. It's costing them in equity, in choice, in long-term affordability, in location a lot of times. So the next time someone says renovation is too risky, ask them, risky for who? Because I'm starting to think like the people winning from the status quo, well, they aren't our buyers at all.